What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel today. I have a really good one. We're going to be talking about 4 items back on my 3rd volume of Weird But Useful Tech. Now, I don't have a lot of weird items today, but definitely useful tech that I want to bring to you. And if you've never tuned in my channel, just know, 1, thank you so much for tuning in, but I'm usually looking for those hidden items that are kind of a valued price but still work, and so we got some of those for you today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. You just need to know that I love to do reviews. I'm just here to help. I want to do that research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. So thank you so much for tuning in. One last thing, let's just hit that 6,000 subscribers here really soon, so please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And then let's hit 10,000 by the end of the year, and I will be doing this all the time for you guys. So thank you guys so much for all the love, support, comments, great feedback, all that kind of stuff. Let's continue going and join the Martini Nation and continue to grow this great community. So thank you so much. All right, let's get into the 4 items. Like I said, not quite weird tech today, but definitely useful tech. And so I've got a couple comments about adapters. And so I wanted to get into some tech about adapters. Say I have an iPhone 15, it has a USB Type-C adapter, but this, you can see this is the old Lightning. And so this is an old pair of headphones. And sometimes you might want to use an old pair of headphones with your newer phone. So this is a USB Type-C. You can see this is a USB Type-C to a Lightning adapter. Now, see, so I can take these old headphones and boom. Now I can use these old headphones just like they were when I had an older iPhone mini or iPhone 14. So the microphone will work, your headphones will work. Now this is just for audio, and they do make ones that you can do data. So if you wanted to, exchange data or do some kinds of things, but this one is strictly for audio. So just one thing, and it will light up red when it's hooked up, and this one does get a little bit warm in my opinion, which I don't like, but it still works really good. And you can use this to use your old headphones. I even have other pairs of headphones that have Lightning port adapters that I could still use this with. And so this does work with an iPad mini or a regular size iPad. So it still will work with the USB Type-C. So it works with all, and you can use these old headphones if you wanted. Now, some people are like, why would you want to do that? Well, like I said, if you have these and you didn't get a new pair with them, then yeah, it would be nice to be able to use some of your old stuff. So just something to keep in mind there. Another thing, people are asking me, how do you hook up microphones to your iPhone? Well, you definitely need an adapter for that. And most of the USB Type-Cs will use the 3.5mm jack, and you need the TRRS with the 3 poles on it, which I could show you. All right, so let's show you a quick adapter here. Notice that this has 2 prongs here. That's a TRS adapter for your microphones and things like that. And on the other side, this one doesn't have it, but it would have, you can see that right there, focus, yeah, it'll have 3 of them. And that one would be the one that would plug into this part. It can accept that. And then this adapter would go plugging into your phone. So you would need this cable with the 3 prong. I don't have one because I'm actually using it right now with my phone to make this recording. But yes, it'll have a 3 prong right here. Instead of just the 2, it'll have 3 of those black lines on it. And it will plug, I'll flash a picture so you guys can see what a cable looks like. And it would hook into this adapter, and then this will hook into your phone, and then this would plug into your, if you're using like a wireless microphone setup, this would plug into your receiver. These work really good. Like I said, there's a couple companies out there. These are for audio. They do make different ones. And this is a cool company right here. It's Gimbal. And so I'll leave some links. There's some other companies that make them. Also, of course, Apple does sell their stock one here. Right here, so they make all kinds of adapters. Theirs does work, but I heard some people having trouble with that. A nice adapter to have. It's almost a must, actually, if you have a newer iPhone. and you still want to use things with the 3.5mm jack, which is, you know, that adapter right there. So, all right, very, very good. You could also directly connect a microphone with one of those adapters too. So, just something too. If you had a corded microphone with an adapter like that, you could plug it directly into that, plug it into your phone, and it would work as a microphone on your phone. So very, very cool. All right, the next thing I wanted to go and show you guys, one of these little mini wireless keyboards. They can sell from $10 to about $25, but they're very, very useful. And so it's not quite weird tech. This is an Ambo Love one, but they make these all kinds of, they're cloned as well. So I'll leave some links of very, very similar ones, but these are super cool. So you can just take your dongle that you'll get with them, plug it into your computer, and then it could work as a really quick mouse. These can also be plugged into your TV or like a PlayStation or an Xbox, and they do work. I have tested on both. And you can use them as a quick keyboard if you didn't want to use a keyboard. If you're searching the internet or doing those types of things, they can work for that. And so they are very, very cool. Like I said, don't really pay attention to the name because like I said, they make all kinds of things. But yeah, you would just plug this into your computer, and then this one has an on switch on the back switch. And then you would just turn it on. You can see that the blue light's on. And these are kind of cool because they do have lights and stuff that you can kind of go through here. So they do backlight. And you can see there, you can see all your keys, and you can just type. Now, they do have a mouse, and you can, these right and left top buttons would be like your mouse click. And then they do have a mouse pad where you can search. You can see how the light comes on. So you can use it as a mouse as well. And so it's a keyboard and a mouse combo. They're not super fancy, like I said. They work just good enough. They are small, so you just have to, it's more like texting, you know, the old school texting. But yeah, they work really good for basic use. Like if you just need them to, you don't like using the little button thing on your remote control for your TV, yeah, you can come in here and you can start texting the buttons a lot faster. And so I found it really useful for those types of things. And like I said, I wouldn't use it all the time, but occasionally if I knew I need to set up a new TV and I don't want to use the remote, yes, I will plug this thing in and I'll be, you know, setting up things really, really fast. So it's definitely worth it for things like that, setting up a new TV. Maybe if you search a little things on your Xbox or PlayStation every once in a while, yes, it's helpful for that. Like I said, I wouldn't be using it all the time, but they're cheap, inexpensive, and useful in that way. So very, very cool. Is the A200 auto face tracking device. Now, this is $30, and I really wasn't expecting much of it. I didn't even think it was going to work, honestly, but it kind of surprised me a little bit. So we're going to go over it just really, really fast. But it's the A200, doesn't have any particular names or anything like that, but it can be mounted to a tripod, but basically it will follow you, and it is on right now, and you can see that it's moving. You can see that it's moving. It's following me, and I can make this a little bit better here if I can kind of get it to move here. It's made for face tracking. It does have AI for face tracking. So quick video, let's see. There we go. I don't know if you can see that, but it is. Yeah, you can see it moving. And you know, it works pretty, if you had it on a tripod and you're just using it for basic things, it's not perfect, but it does work. And I was super surprised that it even does work. And like I said, I have my GoPro in here right now, and it has a little light on top, and the light does work decently. You can see that, and you can actually make it brighter. It has kind of some muted light as well. but it looks like there's 3 brightnesses. Yeah. But it's cool that it has a little light on there. Even if you just used it as a little tripod holder with the light and, you know, occasionally needed it to move a little bit with you, it would be pretty useful. And so I think that is pretty cool tech, in my opinion, for $30. It's not breaking your bank. Now, if you wanted to pay about $70, $80, you could definitely get something like an IDJ gimbal as well. But like I said, for $30, it's not breaking the bank, and it does work, guys. Like I can move here, and like I said, it's not perfect. It's a little bit slow, but it still works. And so I was just surprised that it could be useful tech. So very, very cool. And like I said, it does have, I'm gonna take my GoPro out here. I can take a quick look at it here. You can see that that does show you the green light to show you that it is working. It has a little on button on the top here, and that's going to just make it, it's on, but it's still, so you can still use like the light and stuff on the top. And like I said, it has 3 brightnesses, has like a muted light as well. It also flashes, will flash if you hold it. Yeah, I see it's flashing, but yes, very cool. It does have, it does articulate, like I said. It does stretch. You can get your phone in there. It's made for phones, but like I said, I put my GoPro in there, no problem. With the little case that it's in, no problem. So you could actually put your GoPro in there without the case, but it does articulate, move, can move the light back as well. You do have to charge the light. It does have a USB on the side, and it does have USB Type-C charging for the actual gimbal itself. And like I said, it's not perfect, but it does work. All right, and then you just press the button on the top and hold, and like I said, that's for if you don't want it to move, and then that's off right there. Very, very cool. And like I said, you can take the little stand off, and you can mount it on a tripod. It does have the little stand here. It has little rubber feet on the bottom. Not bad. Another item, the JTech Digital right here. This is a very cool. This is the 628R. It's an RGB wired vertical mouse, and it is vertical. It does have RGB, has the 800 DPI, but it can go 1200, 1600, 24, and 4000 according to the specs here. It does have 4 buttons. You have 2 buttons right here. You do have a click in on the actual scrolling button here, and then you have 2 buttons on the inside which can go forward and back on pages. And so it does hold like this, and it does have also like a palm rest. And so when you have it like this, it's a weird feeling, and so that's why it kind of trips me up a little bit. And so it definitely is weird tech, in my opinion, because it's just different. And I guess I can't get really used to it. I have used it a few times just to check it out, try to figure out how it would be for gaming. But like I said, I just don't do enough gaming on the laptop to be able to give you a good guess on this. But it did work. But I would call myself a casual gamer at best for that, and so I wouldn't be the best advice for that, but it does work for gaming, and the buttons worked everything. It's great for searching. It does leave your arm in a nice position with that rest on there. It does have the RGBs, but you can shut those off if you want. You can just have it normal, but yes. And then the connection, it is wired, so I never had any issues with the connection, or clicking on things, going on to the internet or anything like that. Just had never. I'm using it right now. I can click out of things. You can go forward and back on pages as well. So yeah, it's just weird tech, in my opinion, just because I'm not used to it, but that doesn't mean not like it out there. And so, like I said, it's the JTech Digital, and I just wanted to bring it to you guys because it's just a different feel. So maybe if you do not like using a standard mouse like this, which is one of my favorite mouses right here, but the Crosshair there. But the JTech might be an option for you guys to check out something a little bit different. You want something a little bit ergonomic for you. This one is cool, and like I said, it's a different feel. It does work. You do have to kind of get used to the different layout of it, but maybe if you end up liking it, it's something that you definitely want to check out. So that's the JTech Digital. Like I said, there is this is the V628R, but they do have a new one that is out that, and I can show you this real quick. No charging, it's not wireless, it is wired, you can see. The only negative I do have on the placement of the wire should be somewhere else, because when you're using it, it's kind of weird that the wire might get in the way, but it is what it is. So like I said, but very, very cool in my opinion. I just don't think I could be a user of this, but like I said, I thought it was cool, and I'd bring it to you guys to see what you guys think of that. All right, and the last thing that I want to say is very useful tech is this capture card is very, very cool. This is the Warrky 3.0 capture card. Now this can be very, very useful. It does have a 4K 30 hertz pass-through, but for recording it is only 1080 at 60, but it has very, very good resolution in my opinion for how it looks. So if you wanted to do some streaming with it, if you just had an emergency and you needed a capture card for some reason, which I have had that emergency, and I wanted a capture card just to be able to see if things worked, this is a nice option. You can use it with your Switch, you can use it with, you know, whatever you need. It will be a good capture card for you. And so how this works, this is the unit that you'll get right here. It of course has an HDMI in and an HDMI out, so you can run another monitor and HDMI in and use it that way. And then you do have, it does have USB 3.0, like I said, and it does come with its own adapter. This is another adapter that I have. We'll put that aside, but it does come with its own USB Type-C adapter with it. You can see that it's on there. So we can go ahead and move that up a little bit and put that adapter like that. And so then you can use it USB Type-C to different items, but it's just very useful. So take this scenario here. I'm going to move you guys back a little bit. Say for some reason you want to play your iPad, but you want to play it on your computer, your desktop, your laptop. You want to play your Switch, you want a little bit bigger screen, you want to mirror that screen to your desktop or a laptop. So all you would need to do, now there's a couple things you would need. HDMI cable, so you will have to go purchase an HDMI cable, but these are pretty inexpensive. I'll leave some links. You can get them for up to 10 bucks. You can get really expensive ones or really cheap ones, whatever you want. The better you get, a little bit better quality though. And then you would need an adapter for something like doing this. But if you had a computer, so you had a little mini desktop that you wanted to test out, all you'd have to do is plug this into the HDMI on the back of that laptop, not laptop, but the desktop unit, and you would be able to use this as a capture card to test that little desktop out. Now, it wouldn't work on a laptop because laptops don't have usually outputs for HDMI to use it as, you know, a screen, but it works for this scenario right here. So you would need this little adapter. Like I said, it does have a HDMI port and USB Type-C, and we would just plug this into here. We take that adapter from Warrky right here, and make sure that you're hidden in the input right here. So we would want an input right here. So it goes in the input on this. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the desktop here. I'm going to fire up my tablet really quick just to show you, so I can get through the password real quick. All right. We're gonna plug the USB Type-C from the adapter that we plugged in the HDMI right here. And then we're gonna plug the adapter, the new Warrky adapter. And this also does have outputs for audio, so you can do a microphone in this. So if you're doing streaming, you can do a microphone here, capture card, and you got a headphones output too on this adapter, which is pretty cool. But we're gonna go ahead and plug this with the USB Type-C. You could use USB Type-A as well if your laptop doesn't have a USB Type-C. And then I'm gonna go to the camera app on this laptop, which they all should have. Shut this off, so I gotta use the JTech here. So I can go, now I was just in it, so I'm gonna look for my camera app. Let's see if I can get to, yeah. So I'm gonna go to my camera app on my laptop. Click on my camera app, you see the camera app coming up, and boom, there it is. I have my iPad mini. I have it hooked up to the Warrky Capture Card, and you know, I could now use OBS, and I could screen record, or there's other ways to screen record on your laptop there. But yeah, it's very, very cool. And like I said, this would be useful to hook up a switch. You could hook up a game system. You could hook up all kinds of things. Like I said, I actually used it to test. I used it to test a mini desktop that I was trying to fix, and I didn't have a way to hook up another screen to it. And so I used it to check that out. Lag, but there is a little bit of lag. Not a lot of lag, but a little bit. But very, very cool. And I could be definitely useful tech capture card. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it here again. But that just works through my camera app there. But you could also use OBS. But I want to show you this again, because there's your adapter right here. And there is HDMI ports on the front. And then, like I said, you have microphone and headphone jacks for your inputs there too. The Warrky, let's go through really quick just to wrap this up. Like I said, the Warrky's capture card, 4K, 30, 1080, 60, works with OBS, Windows, Android, Macs, Switch, game systems, you know, anything. Works really, really good. Smooth. USB 3.0 adapter comes with it, USB Type-C. Very, very cool. And it is $30. It's $30. There's a $5 coupon right now. I don't know how long that'll last, but you could get it around $25. That's a really good value. I did pick up, you know, some really cheap, like $15 capture cards, and this definitely has better screen quality than those. So definitely a little bit better to spend a little bit more, but $25 is really, really cheap for this. The Digitech, like I said, $22 for that version, but they have a new one that's around $25, a couple more. They have wireless versions as well with the dongle that you can plug in, and so very, very cool. I will leave links for all these items in my video description. And like I said, this has been volume 3 of Weird But Useful Tech. Mostly this episode was just useful tech, but that useful tech that comes at a great value as well, and that it works. So pretty cool that I bring these items to you. Hopefully, if it was helpful or fun at all, give me a like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you really soon on my next video or tutorial. Catch you guys later.